Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
This is still one of the safest places to live or to send your kid to school in the country, and we intend to keep it that way.
A reassuring Moorhead Chief of Police as he and other investigators continue to search for a killer. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Still no arrests surrounding the murder of a freshman from Sartell, Minnesota. His body was found near an RV lot last September. Police have described his death as an act of homicidal violence, and today investigators released pictures in hopes of finding more information about a car and surveillance video near the RV lot. A car that spent just a few minutes near the crime scene before driving away.
The vehicle appears to be a dark-colored four-door passenger car with a brake light in the bottom of the rear window. If anyone recalls seeing this vehicle or suspects that it may even be their vehicle, we are asking that they please contact the Moorhead Police Department.
The comments were made at a news conference after final autopsy results were sent back from Ramsey County. Authorities didn't release much from the autopsy, only to say it shows it wasn't drugs or alcohol that killed Bierson. Investigators also say he was not mutilated. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric joins us live where Bierson's body was found and has more on this story. Bradford?
Stephanie, several agencies continue to investigate this case that includes both state and federal authorities. While officials say there's no threat to the public, that hasn't stopped many college students around the area from taking extra care both on and off campus.
We all knew he was murdered, and like, everyone's just kind of jumpy, you know, like, especially when you get off campus, like, we all knew what happened, so it's like we don't know who to trust. When we see someone walking on the sidewalk, you're not always sure, you know. But, I mean, most people are safe. It's just, it's a really touchy subject.
At Tom Bierson's alma mater, students are certainly still keeping what happened in mind.
We don't know what he was doing, but it was, like, close to campus, so we definitely, like, think about that when we're, like, out and about and, like, make sure not to go anywhere alone.
Across the river, where Tom's body was found a few days later in Moorhead, the situation still weighs on MSUM students, too.
Tom was also a freshman, so I think it's kind of like we all came here for our first time away from home, and then to think that something like that could happen and then you're just gone. It's kind of like that fear that your parents already had, just kind of like reinforced.
I think fear is a bit more of an intense word to use. I think in some cases it is an appropriate word to use, but I think they're just more aware of what could happen.
Just blocks away at Concordia College, students we spoke to have a bit of a different feeling surrounding the unsolved murder.
Closer to when it happened, maybe I was thinking about it a little bit more, but it never was really at the forefront of my mind. And I mean, nowadays I don't really think about it.
And I feel very safe on campus. I feel like we have good campus security as well as just like the community. I feel like even passing people, I'll wave rather than kind of feel any sort of fear about them.
Many of the students I talked with said their parents continue to be very concerned for their safety, despite assurances from the campuses and local law enforcement. And perhaps the caution that many college students are now using is a good thing. Police said in the press conference today that they have no suspect identified, no person of interest, and no motive in this investigation. Stay with Valley News Live. We'll continue to keep you updated with the latest on the continuing investigation into just who or what killed Tom Bierson. Reporting live in Moorhead, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
All right, Bradford, thank you. Now, if you'd like to watch today's news conference, you can. It's on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com.
Hard to believe it's the second week in February and the FM area still has yet to get an inch of snowfall on a given day. I'm hearing that might change in the days to come, but not tonight. Not much of a problem, right, Hutch?
This evening, things are very quiet across the valley, but overnight, a wintry mix of precipitation will make its way through the valley. If we can switch to Max 2, please. Max 2 showing that we have that potential for icing in our southern and western counties. Southeast North Dakota and much of northern South Dakota, as well as central North Dakota, could become quite slippery overnight. Now look at the snowfall potential. By midday tomorrow or early afternoon at the latest, the accumulating snow will be finishing up. Here's a look at 3:45 tomorrow afternoon, and that's 1 to 3 inches in Fargo. And Mike, that means we could very well see your first 1 inch producing snow system by tomorrow. Winter weather advisory for almost all of our counties and some freezing rain potential out to the west. Your hour-by-hour forecast coming up here in a few moments, but needless to say, it looks like a slippery mix in store for tomorrow.
All right, keep us posted. Thanks, Hutch.
Jenna Stay, the Grand Forks woman who turned herself in to police last weekend, will remain in the Polk County Jail. Stay appeared in court today where she was formally charged with 4 counts of selling a controlled substance. Stay allegedly sold drugs to informants, and it was a similar type of drug that caused the death of 2 men in Grand Forks in 2012. A warrant had been issued for her arrest after she failed to show up in court, but no bail has been set yet in this case.
A West Fargo woman who admits she was responsible in the death of her infant son was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but will only serve a fraction of that. Rianne Peterson pleaded guilty to negligent homicide and ingesting a controlled substance. Police say that Peterson snorted hydrocodone before breastfeeding her newborn. She fell asleep, likely suffocating the boy.
I'd take this all back, I would. I lost my son, and anything that anybody does is never going to be compared to what I do to myself because of it. It was a mistake. I was not responsible.
180 days of her sentence is suspended for 2 years, and Peterson will also be credited 60 days of time served, which means she's only going to serve about 4 months of the sentence handed down.
Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow all the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Well, police brutality, riots in Ferguson, cop killings nationwide. Some of the most watched stories over the last year. Police are under the microscope, and are they being targeted or are they lacking accountability?
We out there trying to protect the citizen and do what's right, okay? But we always got those ones out there, regardless of what we do, they're gonna try to make us look bad. They're going to do what they can to get the upper hand on us.
In learning the history, if you know that the first patrols were slave patrols, it gives you an understanding of what law enforcement was created for.
Well, coming up tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10, Valley News Team's Nicole Johnson investigates why police are in the spotlight.
If you're watching us tonight on a Samsung smart television, watch what you say when the voice recognition is on. Samsung is warning customers that the words are recorded and sent over the internet on third parties that convert your speech and words and perform research on your voice. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop looks into how you can disable this software.
Smart TVs provide consumers with many viewing options, but not all Samsung televisions have the voice recognition software.
A lot of TVs don't have it because it's a relatively new thing, so it's just as simple to go and check under your menu and your settings if you even do have it. Just because you have a Samsung TV doesn't mean you necessarily have this voice capability.
If your smart TV does have the voice recognition software, it only takes seconds to disable the feature.
Push your menu button on the remote. You're going to want to go down to System. But if you have voice control on your TV, you just hit OK on it, and it'll pop up and you can turn it on or off as needed.
But why is it necessary for the company to send the voice data to a third party?
They want to know how you're using your voice to interact with your TV. And when you mention a company or you mention a specific keyword, they want to take that data and know how many people are using that keyword. If you want to know where the nearest Apple store is, they would like to sell that information to Apple so Apple knows how many people are asking about Apple products.
Schott says that Samsung is not the only company doing this.
Your iPhone, your Samsung Galaxy phone, your Windows phone, even your Xbox One or PlayStation 4, all will do the same.
In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Keep in mind that a microphone will appear on the screen of your Samsung TV when your voice is being captured. Samsung has not released the name of the third-party company that processes the data. Most stores you purchase your TV at, like Target, will show you how to turn the feature off as well.
The University of North Dakota is moving toward the final step in choosing a new nickname and logo. The Nickname Task Force spent 4 months coming up with a process of how a new nickname and logo should be chosen for UND. Now President Robert Kelly is expected to meet with the task force later this week before it's disbanded, and a new committee is set up to actually choose a new nickname.
The task force is recommending a process that's very much like the process that they used, which is to invite a lot of input from the public to help inform, provide suggestions, perspectives that this next committee can use as they go forward.
At this point, Walton says that there is no set timeline exactly when the new nickname is going to be chosen. She'll only say the president wants to move forward as quickly as possible.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, getting to work before the sun comes up, where Valley Today's Christy Larson paid a visit.
And it was a soupy day across the valley, but a very slippery day in store for tomorrow. Hour by hour details in your forecast are next.